It's just gone lunchtime. This is All Angles here on eNCA. Good afternoon. I'm Masakho. We've reached that time of the day when we give you an update on how far some of the stories we've been following up for you here on Channel today have advanced. This is your lunchtime update. Our reporters are out and about bringing you the latest on today's top stories. I am now joined by Hloni Mthimkhulu. She's out in Boksburg for us, and Lethiwe Mdluli is in Utrecht in KZN. All right, let's start with Hloni. Hloni, what has been said about the issue of substance abuse, this as the three-day summit by the Department of Social Development and the Central Drug Authority got underway today?
Yeah, Masakho, so this is the third edition of that National Drug Summit, Drug Substance Abuse, Use and Illicit Trafficking Summit that is taking place. The last one was in 2011, and so with the big delay in terms of holding it again, they're kind of trying to regroup and trying to regather. Again, it's all the stakeholders, the various stakeholders are trying to get together to share information, as they say, about what is happening. And what is a clear message that is coming out here is that drug use is a big problem, and it's a big concern. And this isn't just hard drugs, for example, heroin or marijuana or crystal meth, those sorts of drugs. But at a basic level, we're also talking about alcohol use as well. That has been put in there as well, because we heard that sometimes alcohol is the first starter of that sort of problem. But then, of course, you go on to other drugs as well. And the big issue and the big thing that is coming out of this, I mean, we've seen so many drug busts that have happened in the past few weeks. In October, we had the two in Durban, the 80 million rand, as well as the 70 million rand bust, as well as the one we had in Gqeberha, which I think was around 70 million as well. We had the drug bust as well at OR Tambo International Airport at the beginning of this month, where a 60-year-old woman, I believe, was found with dacha with 400,000 rand. So we've had a number of these things, and there are questions being asked about sort of the port of entry, border management control, if it's easier for South Africa to be a route in terms of just bringing all of that, the substances in and all of those goods in. We've been to various Operation Shanyelas as well, Masakho, where, all of these confiscated goods are also taken in as well. But let us hear from the chairperson of the Central Drug Authority in terms of sort of the work that they are doing around managing and trying to manage the substance abuse and also the transporting of illicit drugs in the country.
We've done a lot of work as the Central Drug Authority. We visited the treatment centers and harm reduction centers. And again, I mean, there are challenges that are there. And we together need to, examine those challenges and be able to assist so that people have access to treatment and people have access to harm reduction centers. We've conducted review sessions on reports and provided trends on how role players are performing and how they should improve the work, because a lot yet still need to be done. We've compiled and submitted the annual reports to the Minister and to the Parliament, as we are expected by law to do. We've been engaged on capacity building of the Provincial Substance Abuse Forum and the national departments on the National Drug Master Plan, because national departments and the PSAFs are expected to have a sector drug master plan. All the PSAFs have sector drug master plan, but we are struggling with the departments. I think we have only 5 or so departments that have sector drug master plans that are supposed to have indicators, that are supposed to have targets, and that are supposed to be budgeted for, because if there are no indicators, there are no targets, there are no budgets, how are we going to win addressing this particular challenge? So it's a big challenge that we are having, but we are working together to ensure that each and every sector, each and every department has a sector drug plan.
Now, let's come to Lethiwe. Of course, Lethiwe, the Correctional Services Department is working with police to implement a stabilization plan amid concerns over safety of prison officials. This after the assassination attempt on a prison head in KZN. What's been happening so far? What did Commissioner Tubakale have to say?
Well, Masego, the commissioner is saying that they are worried about the incidents that they're observing taking place in some of the prisons in South Africa. This incident that happened here at the Waterval prison took place just 10 days before, or after rather, another incident at the Barberton Maximum prison where an official was also gunned down. They are saying that they are seeing a growing number of these incidents, and this is why they have put together a strategy to try and protect officials who work within prisons. And we had a conversation with the commissioner a bit earlier on, and he is saying that they are working together with the South African Police Service to investigate this matter. But what we do know so far is that the prison head at this prison was on her way out. She had just knocked off at work, and she was then ambushed by unknown men, and they opened fire, shooting her 6 times. She did survive the attack, and she's currently out of hospital. And right now there is a meeting with the commissioner and officials at this prison where they are discussing their safety measures and how the officials are doing following this incident. Of course, the commissioner is saying that the investigations are at an advanced stage, and they are hoping that the perpetrators will be arrested soon. But they are also raising issues with these incidents, saying that their officials are not safe, and this is why they are calling on the communities in these areas to work with them if they do know of anything. I also asked the commissioner whether these incidents or the people that are involved in these incidents might be coming from within the prison or outside of the prison, and he is saying that it's a bit of both, where sometimes officials that are law-abiding sometimes are attacked because they do not want to bend the law. So it's a very concerning issue that they are seeing within the prisons in South Africa. But in speaking to the commissioner a bit earlier on, this is what he had to say.
She was shot at with more than 6 bullets. So she ended up in the hospital. The case was opened with SAPS. I came to visit her just 2 days after that at the hospital, and also had an interaction with the South African Police Service. The investigation is at an advanced stage. I also then had a discussion with the management of this management area, and they indicated that the incident has actually affected our members a lot. So I then indicated that I will come back. That's why I'm here today, to have a meeting with our members and to also have a meeting with the emergency security team, the EST team, so that we see how we can then get to stabilize the center, because something like this obviously will affect each and every member in their work.
All right, that was your eNCA lunchtime update from all angles with reporters Lethiwe Mdluli and Hloni Mthimkhulu. Thank you, team. Let's leave it there for now.